the 1960s America, migrant workers in the San Joaquin Valley worked in abhorring, dangerous conditions, and wages were abysmal. The owners of the fields, the growers, had constructed an employer's market. Those who disagreed or resisted were fired. Who would champion these people? Who would organize them in pursuit of what was just? The United Farmworkers was a group advocating for agricultural workers' rights. They came to prominence in the 1960s. The UFW was led by the charismatic Cesar Chavez, and they did what no other union could achieve. They changed the face of the way workers organized themselves as a collective force. The UFW had success with an unprecedented national boycott of grapes.
The United Farmworkers of America is a labor union organization that was founded by Dolores Huerta, Cesar Chavez, Lariat Leong, Philip Veracruz, and they really are the first organization to represent farm workers. So what that means, which is the same for any labor union organization, is that a certain group of workers who come together and allow a smaller group of people to represent them. And so the kinds of things that they represent them in are wages, benefits, work conditions, and grievances, so things that happen in the workplace that need to be brought to the attention of the management. And whenever change or these kinds of questions come up that are questioning the management, no management really takes kindly to that. And so when all workers, when they have someone there who is advocating on their behalf without the fear of being fired or retaliated against, it really is a protection that ensures the dignity of workers and promotes an environment where workers can be respected, well paid, well taken care of, because they're putting in an honest day's work, so they deserve an honest day's pay and an honest day's benefit, so they can take care of their families and build the stable communities that build America.
But before this group rose to become a unified force, its predecessors, the National Farmworkers Association and the Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee, helped pave the way. The NFWA was founded by Cesar Chavez after he left the Community Service Organization, but he later imparted the lessons he learned there for the NFWA and later the UFW. During the summer of 1964, the Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee began a strike in the Delano Valley by refusing to pick grapes at subpar wages and in terrible working conditions. They asked the National Farm Workers Association to join them, knowing neither group could overcome the growers without the support of the other. Without delay, the NFWA agreed. The NFWA and the AWOC joined together, and what happened next was remarkable. With the Delano grape strike underway, the beginning of a massive boycott took shape. Hundreds of activists spread out across the United States, urging people not to buy grapes. Other members showed up at the distribution centers to directly impede grapes from going in or out. Despite these efforts, it took 5 years before the grape trade workers became unionized and collectively negotiated contracts improving their working conditions.
To you and I, it would seem like a very humble progress that was made, but in those days, and even today, as some conditions start to regress, some of the things that they were fighting for that they did accomplish were regular shade breaks for people out in the fields, which are exposed to the elements, exposed to a very scorching Central Valley sun, out in the fields where the summer temperatures can reach 112, 115 degrees. And prior to this movement, there were no regulations for having shade breaks, water breaks, even restrooms in the fields. And not to mention wages, benefits, any of those kinds of things. So even getting those items on the table was revolutionary enough, but actually accomplishing them, getting contracts with farmers, securing benefits, securing some of these very basic necessities were also definitely a part of the accomplishments of what the UFW was able to achieve.
Yet victory did not last long. As the hard-earned contracts came up for review, the Teamsters, a rival union, took over many of them. Not only that, the contracts the UFW did keep were not honored until a few years later. Worse, the UFW's leader, Cesar Chavez, died in the year of 1993. The UFW did not let challenges deter them in the struggle for farm workers' rights. To this day, they continue to advocate for migrants and farm workers. And they are not alone. Many other groups that represents the interests of workers and migrants, inspired by the committed efforts of the UFW and its supporters, continue organized efforts for social justice today.
Dice que se empina y que no alcanza, que solo ha llegado hasta el dolor. Dice que ha perdido la buena esperanza y se refugia en la piedad de la ilusión. Sé de las entrañas de su queja, porque padecí la decepción. Fue una noche larga